One morning, little Toby woke up, and, he was a normal day. But then he realized that he wanted to go on the hunt for the magical soup bowl. So in order to do this, he of course needed a map. So, in order to do this, he had to defeat the map guardian. So he got his trusty sword out. He was ready to fight the map guardian. So he traveled near and far, and eventually he came across the map guardian. And there he is, the most threatening human on the entire planet. And there was the map that Toby needed to find the magical soup. So, all that was standing in his way was the map guardian. So, he easily disposed of him with his amazing sword, and then he took the map guardian's sword for himself. In addition to the map, of course. And the map told him the first location that... He also got a helmet from the map guardian, in case you're wondering. And on the map, it showed the first place that he had to go. The first clue as the location of the magical soup bowl. And that was the amazing Heartland. Ancient Rome. He went to ancient Rome. I forget stories sometimes, but he went to ancient Rome. And in ancient Rome, once he finally got there, of course, he met, well, who did he meet? Was it Hades? Was it Poseidon? Zeus? Was it a god? Was it not a god? Was it Wallace from Wallace and Gromit? Was it Atlas? Well, was it Chuck Norris? No. In ancient Rome, he met a baby. This was no ordinary baby, however. This was a baby that carried knowledge beyond anything that anyone could ever imagine, ever. So, of course, he knew the whereabouts of the soup bowl. So, he would give Toby the knowledge, but only if he could best him in combat. So, Toby whipped out his sword, and he began to fight the baby. So, he went up to the baby. Oh, wait, no. The baby revealed their true power. The baby summoned a bathtub. I'm just gonna do this. We know the bathtub's gone, but then the baby grew wings and started turning everything into a star. His helmet, that was a star now. Then the stars started exploding everywhere, and everyone was just having a really, really bad time. And no one knew what to do. No one ever knew what to do. So he rode the baby. He rode the baby. He thought that he would be able to run the baby into a wall. Because his weapons, they were just turning into stars. That's his only option, really. It wasn't working. He was trying to get his weapon back, but none of it was working. He didn't know what to do. He was confused and he was scared. So he got out the biggest sword he ever could. But yet even his most powerful sword, was just simply transformed into a sword. The baby. But the baby knew. The baby knew that Toby could not be bested in combat. So the baby surrendered. The baby surrendered. The baby surrendered to him and gave him the knowledge, told him where he had to go next. And where he had to go next. Where he had to go next? You're wondering that. I know you're wondering that. Where'd he go? Well, there's no place he had to go, really. He had to go to Shrek Swamp, which he brought his girlfriend, Harrietta. And there, he met, well, it's a very special someone. It's a very, very special someone. He met an ogre. But it wasn't just any ogre, no. He met, well, there's only one person that he really could meet, and that was Shrek. He met Shrek. But then, the unthinkable happened. Shrek murdered his girlfriend. So in rage, Max pulled out a Tommy gun, and he shot Shrek to death. He had it coming. I mean, really. Shrek deserved this. So, then the bat, he gave him all the information that he needed. And in return, he shot the bat to death. Out of rage, of course, since his girlfriend was murdered. So he realized that he had to go to Winter Wonderland, where he met a gingerbread man. And the gingerbread man had a really bad problem, because there was a gigantic evil snowman trying to eat him. And that's no good. That is no good. He's probably gonna die if Toby doesn't help him. So how does Toby defeat this thing? There's only one thing that he can do, really, to defeat this monster. Which is, of course, summon upon the power, the ultimate, unrivaled power of his laser gun, to melt the snowman away forever. So he shot the snowman, and the snowman, he just bursted into a million pieces and died. But then, as it turns out, the gingerbread man was actually evil the whole time, so he killed the gingerbread man. And now the evil had been ridden from the Winter Wonderland. A star appeared that showed Toby where the next area he had to go. He just had to follow the star. So, of course, he did follow the star, which led him to the beach. And on the beach, he met a very, very sexy woman. My God. But wait, don't get your hopes up, because this woman, she was actually a succubus. That's a problem, a really bad problem, because now, how's Max? Toby, how is Toby gonna do it? How's he gonna survive this? So, he, of course, summoned upon the power of Bazooka to destroy the succubus once and for all. So he blew her into tiny little pieces, and the bird would give him information in trade for killing everybody on the beach. So he blew everyone into tiny little pieces. Everyone and everything. So after that, he blew up Swimsuit Girl. And then after he blew up her, he blew up the crab. And he also blew up the arcade machine, because everything had to die except the umbrella. The umbrella was fine. So, the pelican, not the pelican, the, what's the thing called, the things, again. The bird told him what he wanted to know. But of course, the deal was to kill everything, so he shot the bird to death. Like this. And he is dead now, really. There just isn't anything left of him. But he did know where to go now, thanks to the bird's advice. And he went to Science World. And in Science World, he met a brilliant scientist. very brilliant, very smart. He invented the law. He invented physics itself. As a matter of fact, he is so smart that he even had smart people glasses. Well, he had smart people glasses and he had a baseball hat. That's how you know he was really smart. The baseball hat. The glasses, the glasses are alright, but the hat is what really just knocks it out of the park. This man is smart. As you can see, his fashion sense is very on fleek. His hair, his mustaches, he's just beautiful. But then, all of a sudden, Toby found a toxic hair inside of his laboratory. So he gave it to the scientist, and then the scientist died, and he was panicking, he was running around. He's like, oh no, the hair is gone everywhere, oh no, what am I gonna do? So his friend said, we have to kill this kid, he's too dangerous. But of course, Toby overheard the conversation, so he pulled out he got a meteor and killed them all, really. He just kind of blew up the entire lab. But of course, upon this, he looked on the board, which showed him the last location, which was Heartworld, where, on the floor, he found the soup bowl. The soup bowl that he'd been looking for like, how long has it been now? Like a millennia. He finally found it. And he picked it up. Then all of a sudden, the soup bowl completely turned on him. The soup bowl it's not what he expected. Because it wasn't even the correct soup bowl. It wasn't even the magic one, okay? He was deceived by a soup bowl on the floor. Because he looked at it and realized that it contained a leg. So that's when he learned if he ever wanted that one, he had to destroy all the soup bowls in the area. Which, I mean, the one with the leg, that's easy. But then, he met an evil soup bowl that could fly, and it was in a bathtub. I don't know why it was in a bathtub, but it was. A flying bathtub. And then, the leader of the soup bowls emerged and challenged him to a fight. How was he ever to defeat this monster? So in order to defeat all of these crazy, insanely tough soup bowls, he got out his strongest weapon yet. He brought out a gigantic diamond sword. And I mean, if we've learned anything from video games, is that diamonds are kind of overpowered. So, he can't be defeated. So, of course, he chopped it up. And the leg was all that was left of that one. But in the bathtub, he was ambushed by the two strong soup bowls, and the leader had grown wings, and he was about to fight him, in which they then engaged in the most epic battle in all of history. Look at him go. He's like, oh, come on, Toby. You can do it. And then, all that was left, he defeated them. He defeated them all. And all the soup bowls, they're gone. So then he got the ultimate reward, which of course was the golden, magical, and majestic soup bowl. After years of searching, he finally got it, and he sold it
for an amazing mansion, beautiful mansion to share with his girlfriend if she wasn't dead. But upon reading this, he realized that he was no longer happy with the world because his girlfriend had died. So he just decided that it was best to end everything. The entire world had to die.